business and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Well, it's Wednesday, October 30th. Welcome to Picks and Parlays, the show that's going to feature not a single Cy Young Award winner. I'm your host, Nick Geber. You can find me on Twitter at Nick Geber. It's a great World Series Game 7 day today, and we're looking forward to the Nationals at the Astros for that big climax to the baseball season. We're going to cover that, of course. By the way, broadcasting live on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, American Forces Network, iHeart TuneIn, and streaming live video to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want to find us, just hashtag Parlay Radio or search Picks and Parlays. We'll come up. And if you want to participate in the show, you can do that just by placing a wee comment in the comment space, and we will do our very best to read it out on the show for you, provided that it's not too rude. I said too rude. Some rude is, in fact, allowed. So, big show for you today. We have Count Trappula himself, Craig Trapp, coming on to talk. We're going to talk a little World Series Game 7 and Cincinnati, East Carolina in college football. But never fear, he'll be followed up by Sean Higgs himself for some NFL. We're going to talk Bears at Eagles, Colts at Steelers, and the Titans at Panthers. And we're going to top it all off as the Duff Man cometh with Joe Duffy. College football, SMU at Memphis, Oregon at USC, TCU at Oklahoma State. Those are the games that we're going to talk about today. Listen, we give away free picks on this show. But if you go to our website at picksandparlays.net, you will not be surprised to find an absolute smorgasbord of free sports betting picks for you. They will cost you nary a penny. That's right, folks, absolutely scot-free. But when you're ready and you want to kick it up a little bit and go for some of our expert picks, we have like 25 or 35 expert handicappers for you to choose from, and their expert picks are available at a very reasonable cost. Speaking of which, with the NBA season underway now, we have a special NBA package for you until tomorrow night. That's right, till the waning hours of Halloween. You can get $100 off our NBA package. That's right, $5.99 will get you one capper, and when you're ready, you can double it. Two cappers for $7.99. Go to picksandparlays.net. All right, when we come back, we're going to pick it up with Craig Trapp. Don't go anywhere. Picks and Parlays Radio. I'll be right back after this.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. We'll also have a dolphin chatter excitedly in front of the perfect candidate. Okay, there's no dolphin. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
For professional staffing, there's only one name you need to know: Robert Half. Robert Half custom matches our candidates to your specific hiring requirements by combining personalized service from local staffing experts with an advanced matching technology based on 70 years of successful placements. For highly skilled accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, or administrative staffing, count on Robert Half. We'll find you productive, engaged employees. Learn more at roberthalf.com/radio.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call Smart Fares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Welcome back to the show, Picks and Parlays, here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Nick Geber, in for Chelsea Messenger. Find me on Twitter, @Nick Geber. It's really very simple. And of course, you can find us streaming live on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. If you'd like to find us on those various sites, just search and you will see them. All right, as promised, we're going to be joined by Count Trappula right now, Craig Trapp, the Huapo of Picks and Parlays. We've got a lot to get to today. Actually, we're going to talk a little World Series and a little college football. First, Craig, how was your morning?
That's a good day here in Cincinnati. Of course, rainy this time of year. Seems like it rains as much as it does is nice out. But hopefully they clear up tonight. Some trick or treat tonight, some tomorrow night. But happy Halloween early if it is tonight for you guys. Yeah,
indeed. Well, thank you, Craig. I had a great morning. I got up early, had a mani-pedi and a bikini wax. I'm ready for the show. So let's go, shall we? Let's start with World Series Game 7, shall we? Because I will say this. We talk about our expert handicappers on this show. And they're on this show every day, Monday through Friday. We bring you the best that we have to offer at Picks and Parlays. To a man yesterday, and I'm not being sexist here, we didn't have any women on yesterday, okay? They said, take the Nationals, and they even gave us the money line play. I think it was plus 140. That was a fabulous play if you took it, and if you didn't, well, what can I say? You're a numpty. All right, by the way, on YouTube, Illwise says NBA Clippers versus Jazz, our thought. I think we're going to be getting to that at some point today. If not, we can do that a little bit later. But let's get back to the World Series. Game 7. Game 6 ended with some great pitching from Strasburg and some home runs. Put it away for the Nationals. This, however, is going to have Max Scherzer and Zach Greinke. The first time ever, 2 Cy Young Award winners are going to start a Game 7, which is a record in and of itself. Scherzer for the Nationals, 11-7 in the regular season, 2.92 ERA, 3-0, 2.16 ERA in the postseason, and Greinke, 18-5, 2.93 ERA, regular season, postseason 10-2, 5.3 ERA. Scherzer having 7 days of rest after waking up with some neck spasms. See, I get neck spasms when I wake up, but that doesn't excuse me from work. Craig, how do you see this one?
Well, interesting matchup here. You have the Bulldog, Max Scherzer, battling back after you said the neck injury. Extended rest here. Started, of course, Game 1 was very impressive. 5 earned runs, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, only 5 hits. Versus Game 3 starter for Zach Greinke and the Astros, of course, known as a mental midget. A lot of people, that was always the knock on Greinke, that he couldn't go to a big market team because it would be too much pressure. And, of course, now he's in Game 7. But he was good Game 3, 4.2 earned runs, 4.2 innings, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 7 hits. But he's just not had the year that I thought he was going to have. So I definitely, at first look, as far as a pitching matchup, I'm going to give this edge to Max Scherzer as far as the starting pitching matchup. But let's remember, it's Game 7. Everybody but probably last night's starters, are going to be available in the bullpen.
And last night's pitchers were, if I'm not mistaken, they were absolute warriors. I mean, how many innings did they pitch each? It was like 7 and 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they both were very good. The bullpens aren't great for either one of these teams.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you're going to see, the starters in some fill-in action. Maybe. I mean, Strasburg's one of those, or Scherzer's one of those guys that if you said he went 7 innings, I would not be shocked, or even 8. He is a absolute bulldog. But if they get in trouble tonight, they will not hesitate to go to the bullpen early. And when I say bullpen, that could be anybody that's available down there in the bullpen.
Well, the Nationals, Craig, I mean, they are known for, not being afraid to switch it up in terms of pitchers, right? I mean, they like to juggle pitchers.
At this point of the season, it's, there is no rules. I mean, in the regular season, you try not to use up your bullpen. There's no rules. Once the playoffs start, there is no tomorrow, and that's definitely the case in obviously a Game 7. Surprisingly, I thought the series was going to be some low-scoring games. Has not been the case. The over is cash is actually 4-1-1. I believe that's correct. 4-1-1 in the including last night. 7-2. The over was at 7. So I think this one's going to be another little higher scoring game than people expect, as both of these lineups have been hitting some home runs, and Houston is what I would consider a hitter's ballpark as well.
Well, it's going to be. I'm going to look for Juan Soto for the Nationals and George Springer right for Houston, amongst others. But Soto coming alive finally.
Well, I mean, the Nationals don't have the big names that, of course, Houston has as far as the lineups are concerned. But that hasn't mattered this playoffs. The Nationals, six games in a row. We've had all 6 road teams win. I think that continues tonight. I'm going to take the Washington Nationals. I'm going to take the plus money with a rested Max Scherzer. Hopefully his neck is good to go, because if it is, I think the Nationals get this and finish off a huge upset. And I think all the sportsbooks I've heard are on the Nationals tonight. They need the Nationals not only for tonight's, whoever's betting straight up, but also for the futures. A lot of people are on Houston, including Mattress Mac, that has got, I think he's going to win $7.7 million from DraftKings down in Biloxi if the Houston Astros win tonight.
Well, I don't think the Astros are going to win tonight. What's the money line on the Nationals?
Plus 120, I see that. I even see some spots even plus 122, but we'll call it plus 120 here in the Nationals. But search that around. If you're not getting plus 120, there's several of the legal U.S. sports books that have it listed at plus 120.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, some good value there. Let's move along, shall we? We promised a little college football, and shall we go with the Bearcats against the Pirates? Because I believe the Bearcats are a team you follow. Are they not, Craig?
Yeah, my hometown team. I've been a Bearcats fan before I was out of the womb. My season ticket holders, my parents, over 40 years, more for basketball. But lately, this football program has really turned it around the last, decade, when they had Brian Kelly, and even before, maybe with Mark D'Antonio. But Luke Fickell's done a good job. Not a big fan of him when he came in, because I don't like Ohio State a whole lot. So when he came in, of course, from Ohio State, playing there and coaching at Ohio State, I thought maybe, but I can't complain. He's done a heck of a job, has really turned this program around in his likeness. Defensive coach, and it's definitely a defensive-minded team that likes to run the ball and play a little lower-scoring games. Against an East Carolina team with Mike Houston taking over, first year on the helm for East Carolina, has had a rough start to the year, and I don't expect much to change.
Yeah, 3-5. Yeah, 3-5, and yet to win in the conference, right, for the Pirates. But your Bearcats, I mean, look at this. Looks like they're on a collision course with SMU for the AAC title.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams will probably, unless something really falls apart, are going to face in the American Conference Championship game. I think Cincinnati is going to match up really well against that one. But when you come to this game, the line's Cincinnati Bearcats minus 23.5. I think that's a little much, even though the Bearcats, I think it was like 56-6 last year that they won this head-to-head matchup. That was, of course, in Cincinnati. I think it's a little much, because this Bearcats team, once they get up, they kind of run the ball, and will play to our strengths, which is their defense. So I don't like the side in this one. I like the total here. I like the under 46.5. Both of these teams have been really good on the under this year. Bearcats are 5-2 against the under this year, and 6-2 for East Carolina. So both of them have played to the under a lot this year, and I think Cincinnati does so again here. I think Cincinnati wins very dominantly. I could see them winning 30-20 30-7 type game. And I think the easier play of those two would be the under 46.5, as Desmond Ridder for Cincinnati continues to be impressive here. Quarterback just takes care of the ball, 14 TDs and 5 interceptions. I don't think you're going to see him throw the ball to the other team. If that's the case, I don't really know how East Carolina scores.
Well, the under is 6-2, and the Pirates lost 8 games overall, and the Bearcats 7-3 in the last 10 road games. Here's an interesting stat, though. The Bearcats are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games overall, and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. So, by the way, Square 707 Steam PS4 on YouTube says, "Okay, then, Nick, I'm from Cincinnati too." Okay then, Nick. Oh, I see. I get it. I get the little... Oh, very clever. All right. So Cincinnati minus 22, total 47. What are you taking on this one, Craig?
Well, actually, I got the total here at 46.5, and that line has definitely moved to 23.5 right now. But I like the under 46.5. I think this one is an easy underplay as Cincinnati's defense continues to be very impressive. If you take away their loss against Ohio State, which in my opinion is the top 3 team in the country right now, they've been one of the more impressive teams outside of the Power 5, and I think it continues this week at Eastern Carolina.
All right, so we're going with the Nationals, and we're going with the under on the Cincinnati, East Carolina. Craig Trapp, thank you so much. You can see lots of Craig Trapp's free picks on our site, picksandparlays.net. Pay it a visit. It misses you. We'll be right back after this.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number, 800-603-0885, 800-603-0885, 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But The Secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Money Now 100 is not a lender, broker, or agent of any lender or financial advisor. We do not make loans or credit decisions. You must be 18 years or older and a U.S. resident to qualify. This is not an offer or solicitation to lend. I went to MoneyNow100.com and got the $5,000 I needed deposited in my account the next business day. If you need money for any reason, help is here. Go to MoneyNow100.com and get the money you need. Need to pay off credit card debt? Go to MoneyNow100.com. Need your car repaired? Need home improvement money? Visit MoneyNow100.com. If you need fast cash for any reason, go to MoneyNow100.com. Good, bad, or no credit at all. Go to MoneyNow100.com. You could get up to $5,000 as soon as the next business day. Go to MoneyNow100.com on your phone, tablet, or computer. Type in the address bar MoneyNow100.com. That's MoneyNow, 100.com.
Sports
Welcome you back to Picks and Parlays here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, and a big hello to our men and women in uniform around the world listening on the American Forces Network. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Find me on Twitter at Nick Geber. I'm in for Chelsea Messenger, who has decided to have a baby, so we wish her all the best. In the meantime, loads to get to today. As promised, again, this segment, we are not bringing you a Cy Young Award winner. Neither are we bringing you Deshaun Watson. Instead, we will do better than that. We will bring you our own superstar handicapper, Sean Higgs. Sean, you ready to go?
Let's go. We're going to be Deshaun Jackson as we're going to be hitting
Deshaun Jackson, excuse me. I don't know why I said Watson. I must be thinking...
it's Halloween. We're dressed up.
Yeah, it's Halloween. It's one of those strange days for me. The other day, I gave the wrong date out, by the way. So, I mean, that's exactly what happens when you get old. Yes, Deshaun Jackson, of course. All right, NFL. With Sean Higgs. Let's do it. We're going to start with the Bears at the Eagles. The Bears 3-4, 2-5 against the spread. They've lost 3 in a row. What about Mitch Trubisky? Is he any good? That's the question. He's been pretty inconsistent. Turnovers hurting the Bears in their 17-16 loss to the Chargers. Then, of course, they're up against the Eagles, 4-4, 3-5 against the spread. Only a half game behind Dallas at the top of the NFC East. They had an emphatic 31-13 road win against who was it? It was the Bills, wasn't it? The Bills on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yep. So Bears and Eagles it is. I got Philly -4.5, total 43. Say it like you mean it, Deshaun.
Up to 5 now on
Really?
Philly money coming in. Yeah, and listen, this Bears team, I like them to be under the win total, 3-4. Proving a point, just wasting this defense because you got no quarterback. Unbelievable. You wonder, let's put Chase Daniel in there. Trubisky's been terrible. I mean, you're just wasting last year. How about last year in the playoffs? A 16-15 win for the Eagles. They couldn't even rush for 2 yards a carry in that game. I mean, how do you give up less than 2 yards and not win games? That's pathetic. And you know what? The Eagles, it's Wentz versus Trubisky here. We got weapons on offense. The best Bears running back, Howard, he's playing for the Eagles now.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible. Listen, Nagy's, not that I won't put the guy in the hot seat because he's got a solid defense and you're pretty good last year, but it's time for a change. Your offense is just sputtering. I don't see how they're going to score points. And I'll be honest, I didn't like the Eagles last week. I kind of like Buffalo there. 3 straight road games for Philly, but a big win, not at home. Bears, I mean, how do you back them? 5 points. It's opened at 3.5, up to 5. I'm laying with the Eagles here. I'm laying with the Eagles. Better team all around. And I can't trust Trubisky keep getting any kind of points. There's no back door. You got a questionable field goal kicker who misses 40-yard chippies.
Yeah.
Forget it. Eagles are a good team. Let's be honest. Eagles are supposed to be a Super Bowl contender here with the Cowboys and the Niners and the Saints or whoever they want to pull out of the NFC. They're supposed to be a top team, and they were a top team. You win the Super Bowl, you're pretty good. So, listen, no faith in the Bears. Eagles better team. 5 points. Let's take Philly at home here. Get it done. Cheesesteaks.
Yeah, you said you're gonna lay with the Eagles, but really the Bears are hibernating, so they would be more likely to be the ones you're gonna lay with because that's what they're doing. But yes, agreed.
Yeah.
They basically
the
suck.
Offense has been in hibernation for 2 years.
Yeah, the under is 9-3 in the Bears' last 12 games overall. The under's 11-5 in the Eagles' last 16 at home. The Bears 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 meetings between these two teams. All right, you're taking the Eagles on this one. That's -5, right? And we don't know.
Yeah, and then total 43. Why not look at the under there? I mean, you ran off some good numbers, and the Bears aren't scoring more than 20 points. So
yep, let's look at the under 43. All right, I'll go with that one. Yeah. I like it. Under 43, -5. All right. Let's move along, shall we? The Colts 5-2, 4-2-1 against the spread. The Colts have improved to 5-2 following a 15-13 win over the Broncos. It did, however, take a Vinatieri last-minute 51-yard field goal. Talk about making those field goals, huh? To come out on top. Now, if they win this game and they're playing the Steelers, that will put them on top of the AFC South, which there's a lot at stake here. The Steelers 3-4, 3-1 against the spread, coming off a 27-14 win over the Dolphins. Possible injuries, though. This is the thing I think on this game. James Conner and Benny Snell Jr. What are you thinking about this one, and what have you heard about these injuries?
Yeah, a little banged up. I think Connor Snell, knee injury. Somebody's got an AC joint problem. Even who's the other kid? Samuel's also banged up with knee problems there. So who knows with that? But I mean, I'd tell you, the Colts, and I've said it before here when we've talked about them. I like Brissett taking over because he had a whole year to get acquainted when Luck went down 2 years ago. But think about it, both these teams lose their quarterbacks, and one's sitting at 5-2, the other one's putzing along, trying to find an identity. And looking into this game, somebody was telling me, well, he's a Steeler fan. He's like, "Whoa, we beat them, 5 straight times." I said to my buddy Scoop, I'm like, "Jared, that was that's a whole different team. That's with a Hall of Fame quarterback, Brown, who's a starter." I said, that doesn't mean anything. I said, throw your Steeler fan out of it. This is not the same team.
Interesting enough, Deshaun, I was looking this up. Brissett last year I played 2 games or 3 games. It was ridiculous. I mean, basically, he was
just came in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
1,590 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this season. This is the sort of sports story that we all love, isn't it? I mean, the guy that gets his chance and just makes the most out of it.
Well, I remember he came in for New England. He got a couple mop-up kind of stuff in preseason because, let's be honest, unless Brady gets hurt and they pull a Matt Castle, and then they traded for him here. And that Colts team couldn't close the door. They were up at halftime, third quarter. They're just blowing games late. In the fourth quarter, couldn't hang on. Now this is a good defense, nice balanced offense defense. They're healthier. They got their linebacker and safety back who are big, spark plugs for them. You got Mack who can run the ball. You got T.Y. Hilton who's catching it. Zach Pascal, I don't know, I think Pascal's other receiver. They got some good players around this guy. This team was built for Andrew Luck, but you know what? Brissett could come in here and throw the ball because he did 2 years ago when Luck went down.
Right.
But the line is scary. It was like I had them as a big play last week, Indy. I'm like, Denver's terrible. They can't score the ball. But you had the Colts all of a sudden, they get conservative. They do some bad play calling, which I don't expect from Reich. So this line I'm looking at, man, they're favored by 1.5 now as a pick, went up to 1.5. So that kind of I'm a little leery of that because I think they're probably a 3 or 4 point better team than Pittsburgh right now from what you've seen out of Pittsburgh. I mean, beating up Miami, let's be honest. Miami's up 14-0 early, and then they take a play off before the halftime, and that's 14-10. I mean, that's just a bad look by Miami. You're not going to get those kind of looks from the Colts here.
All right.
And that's all Pittsburgh. You got Rudolph. I don't know. I don't like Pittsburgh. I think Tomlin's out after this year. They're trying to find a whole new flow to their team now. I think that whole from Tomlin down needs to be changed.
All right,
we got to his old guys.
All right, Sean, we got a minute and a half left. I have Indy -1, total 43.5. What do you have, and what do we take? Make it quick. Then we got one more game.
I like the under a lot here, 42.5. I just think not much scoring here. Low scoring game.
All right, let's talk Titans, Carolina.
42.5.
Let's move along. Titans, Carolina. Titans 4-4 against the spread. Last game was a 27-23 win over Tampa Bay. They're struggling offensively with only 18.5 points a game. Carolina 4-3 against the spread. 1-2 at home, but most recent game was a 51-13 shellacking away at the Niners. I got Carolina -3.5 with a total of 41. You got about 40 seconds to Sean. Make it happen.
More than enough time. So Kyle Allen finally takes a loss here in bad fashion, and now you're going to hear the rumors of Cam coming back. I don't know. Cam was 0-8 the last 8 starts. I say keep the rookie in there. The defense is solid. I'm actually liking Tennessee, though. Haven't given up more than 20 points just once this year. I'm getting 3.5, 4 points. Tennessee and the over. I think we'll see some points here over the total of 41.5. So dogging over here in Carolina.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm impressed because I was actually playing some games with you because you like to run a little over. I told you we were ending sooner than we were, and you actually made it on time. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Sean. So you say you're going to take Carolina on the over on this one. The total points I have are 41. So we're taking the over. How does a team? I mean, I always wonder, you get absolutely tonked 51-13. How do you get your head back on straight and come back and actually perform as advertised?
Well, I mean, come on. These are pros. It's just one game.
What
Move
does
on.
that mean?
It's like betting a game. Well, listen, whoever had Carolina last week, you just move on. That's a loss. Compartmentalize it. It's over. New day. Let's move on. That's it. You can't worry about that. That's like life in general. Come on, this is life one-on-one.
Actually, Duffy, Joe Duffy, who we'll have on next segment, actually says, I don't want to put words in his mouth because he can put them in himself in about 3 minutes. But he likes to say that most sports are momentum sports except for the NFL. So I think that's an interesting comment.
You got a whole week off. It's not like back-to-back. It's like tonight, I like the Nationals tonight. Why? Because the Astros had their hearts ripped out last night. They think they get a good play, and then you get a home run. Forget it. That team is flat. That's where your momentum comes in. Your all-the-time kind of games. Your basketball, your hockeys. You get a week off. You're either stewing over a bad loss or you're feeling good about yourself. That's great. But you know what? A team has a whole week to prepare for you. It's not the next day. It's not a travel day. You're talking 5-6 days, depending on your schedule.
You know what? I'm tired of hearing about travel days and travel hardships for professional teams. It's so bloody hard, isn't it, to get on that private jet or that first class, head over there and then be pampered and have masseuses and stay in a 5-star hotel and get, your nutritionist feeding you the right food. And, it's just such a bloody hard life. I tell you what, they're certainly not flying Frontier Airlines, and those seats are like being waterboarded, I'm telling you. All right. All right, very quickly, because we really do only have 30 seconds. It's plus 120 plus 120 for the Nats. I take it that's what you're taking, right? The money line?
Yeah, like the Nats. Like Craig was saying, man, Max, if his neck's okay, the guy's a gamer. He's going out there 6-7 innings. And even if he goes 5, I'm not worried. I got Sanchez coming after him, who's been great in the postseason.
All right, maybe Tina Turner will sing Thunderdome as he comes out. All right, thanks so much. Coming up next, college football with the Duff man himself. Don't go anywhere.
Searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds, and then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information, and then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-371-9608. That's 1-800-371-9608. Call 1-800-371-9608. Call now.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Guess why crime rates spike on Halloween? Yup. Thieves and burglars know you're out and your home is vulnerable. This Halloween, trick or treat with peace of mind, knowing that you can watch your home with Blink home security cameras. Blink cameras are wire-free and set up faster than you can rip off your kids' candy. And they run on 2 lithium batteries for up to 2 years. When your camera detects motion, like someone snooping around your home, you get an alert on your Blink smartphone app. You see what your Blink cameras see. And your Blink XT2 two-way talk feature lets you talk to whoever's there. So, no matter where you are, it's like you're home. And now, through November 3rd, I got you up to 20% off Blink indoor and outdoor cameras and systems. Yeah, 20% off. Just visit blinkprotect.com/sale. That's blinkprotect.com/sale. Thanks to Blink, home security and Halloween just got easier. Also available on Amazon and other fine retailers. Blink is an Amazon company and works with Alexa.
Welcome back. Picks and Parlays coming to you live from Las Vegas. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Find me on Twitter at Nick Geber. We should do a game, like guess the Twitter, but oh well. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you put in hashtag Parlay Radio, we will do our best to put your very thoughtful and intellectual comment up on the screen, provided it's not too rude. Okay, I promised he was going to be here, and finally the Duff Man cometh. Joe Duffy, welcome to the show. We've got some college football to get to, but before we start, I don't know if you caught the last segment. I quoted you.
Yeah, no, my exact quote, what I said is that college football tends to be the number one momentum sport. The other sports tend to be much more regression to the mean, but especially in pro sports, yeah, NFL is probably the number one regression to the mean sport. So somewhat true. Of course I was listening, getting some work done.
Why are you being mean to regression? What has regression ever done to you?
I don't know. I don't know, but I almost wish that I was. Yeah, I get your joke. That was a good one. I almost wish I wasn't listening when you told me about your bikini wax. That kind of ruined my day. I can't get that thought out of my head.
I didn't mention the bleaching, but we'll leave that one for another time.
Yes, let's please leave it for another time. Like, one of those times when I'm not on or whatever, I might have a day or two to recover before I can talk again.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I know you do like to talk, so let's talk a little college football, shall we? Have a little regression to the mean for you. Let's start with SMU, 16th ranked at Memphis. SMU are 8-0, a perfect record. 6-2 against someone who can't speak, apparently. Against the spread, they beat a game Houston team 34-31 on Thursday. They're going to battle it out with Cincinnati for the AAC title. And then we've got Memphis 7-1, another team really performing. 5-3 against the spread. They most recently got a 42-41 win over Tulsa. SMU 6-2 against the spread in the last 8. The over has cashed in 7 of the Mustangs' last 8. And the over has cashed in each of the Tigers' last 5. I got Memphis minus 3.5, total 68.5. And are we taking the over?
Well, the line has actually moved. It was down to, it was 3 earlier in the week, and then the public bet it up to 5.5. Although you changed the complexion of this. You and El Guapo saying that SMU and Cincinnati are on track to playing in the AAC championship game. They didn't take very well to that on Beale Street. I think it's some bulletin board material now. Memphis can make a big statement this weekend, and they are the favorites. SMU fits into the short road dog angle. And as I said, I kind of stole it from another major media outlet that uses slightly different software, but my software, I can cancel out when it goes head to head with my home momentum systems. Again, gets back to what we talked about at the top, where college football is the number one momentum sport. So my turbocharged short away dog angle is 649, 483, and 30, and that would favor SMU here. Also, undefeated underdogs of 2.5 or more in game 6 or later, a pretty good play, 128, 95, and 6. When I remember when I first looked it up a couple years ago, I was frankly expecting the opposite, but that's what I got to go by. The reason I think the line may have moved, I've never claimed to have unpublished information, but the truth is, I think there are some syndicates out there that can find things out. Reggie Roberson for SMU, still listed as questionable, still considered day-to-day. He's one of their big weapons, 43 receptions for 803 yards and 6 touchdowns. I do put a little bit of stock in the fact that this is a big, I always say you can't manufacture emotion, and I've already debated with somebody else, another media appearance I did this week. I do think the fact that this is a national TV game, it's on ABC, and we know that ESPN is going to be there. I do think that will affect the crowd. I do think it's going to be even more of a playoff atmosphere, a little bit more of a home field advantage for Memphis. Still, all in all, I think that SMU does stay undefeated here. And, hopefully it won't be canceled out by you and El Guapo firing up Memphis.
We can fire up whoever we want. It's our prerogative.
That's true, but, you should have told me this before I placed a couple shekels on SMU.
All right. By the way, on our YouTube page, just to change the topic for a minute, Mike O'Brien says the Nats game is over, Rover, and Max and Greenkey will implode. How about that? There we go. Go for the Nats. All right, so you're taking the over on this, right? 68.5 back to.
No. I'm taking SMU. In fact, if anything, I would lean towards the under. I do have
SMU in the under. Okay.
Yeah, I would lean towards the under, but I would go with SMU.
So what do you got on SMU? What's that? +3?
No, I got +5.5. And
plus 5.5. Wow. Okay, maybe I missed what you were saying earlier because I was sleeping. Just kidding. Okay, I didn't write it down. All right, let's go next. Oh my God, do we have to do this one? Why do we have to do the University of Spoiled Children? Seems like every day we have to do this team. Now, of course, they're playing number 7 ranked Oregon. Oregon 7-1, 4-4 against the spread. The Ducks are 7-0 after season opening loss against Auburn. On Saturday, they needed a last gasp 26-yard field goal to beat Washington 27-35. USC 5-3, 4-4 against the spread. Or quite frankly, whatever it is you want to pay them to be, because that's how it works at the University of Spoiled Children, they're taking any dollars you're giving them. Okay, it's enough. But no, it's never enough bashing the Trojans. The Trojans won 4 or 5 conference games and would be in pole position for the Pac-12 championship game with a win here, which absolutely tears at my soul, let me tell you. Tears at my soul. In the meantime, this game has gone over in the last meeting. In the last 6 meetings, I have Oregon -5, total of 61. How do you see this? Please tell me SC are going to get murdered.
Yeah, and St. Nick, it's usually me who winds up previewing the University of Spoiled Children game every week, it seems like.
Indeed.
Yes, we'll find out in a moment if I'm going to make you happy or sad, but we do have an angle about fading a team off of a win, but 2 straight horrible defensive efforts is 114, 68, and 3, so that would say to fade Oregon and therefore obviously go with USC. Oregon allowed 66 points over the last 2 games. But that brings up a very interesting situation, St. Nick. Since 1980, only 37 times has a team given up at least 62 points over the last 2 games, but still allow less than 16 points per game on the season. And said teams are 11, 24, and 2. Again, that would also say to fade Oregon and therefore go against USC. So in other words, a heck of a defense that's trending down, and you're going to talk about, a big bell curve. They're definitely going down. USC, they've suffered a ton of injuries this year, but the University of Spoiled Children, they are expected to get back cornerback Chris Steele and defensive end Christian Rector. They'll probably play this week, so USC's defense should be a little healthier. Plus, I put a little stock into that baptism by fire, not to mention the fact they're going to be a little bit undervalued. And look, Keaton Slovis, he's had some ups and downs this year, but he did show some intestinal fortitude down last week to Colorado. Looked like they were going to get upset. Played well in the 4th quarter, 2 touchdown passes. Sorry, Nick, I'm going to have to go with the University of Spoiled Children plus the points.
Oh. And, you said that I've never heard anyone say USC are undervalued. Well, I agree. I think USC is, I disagree. I think USC is overvalued, the most overvalued institution there is. They're never undervalued. Come on, Duff, man. Let's get with the program here, all right? Okay, let's move along. TCU at Oklahoma State is the next selection. Now, we've curated these games specifically for you out there because, well, this is what we do. And if we're not getting you the game on this show that you want, you're going to find it on our website at picksandparlays.net, where the pick will most likely be free. And if you're ready, you can always kick it up a notch with our expert free picks, of which the Duff Man himself has a complete package for you. In the meantime, though, let's get back to TCU at Oklahoma State. TCU 4-3, 3-4 against the spread, coming off a 37-27 win at home against Texas, scoring about 34.3 points per game, and I just pulled that number out of my head because I'm just that sort of a genius. Oklahoma State 5-3, 6-2 against the spread. Most recently had a solid 34-27 win over Iowa State. TCU 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. I got Oklahoma State -6.5 with a total of 61.5. I'm probably not valid anymore. How do you see that, Duffer?
Yeah, this line has actually dropped a little bit. Oklahoma State was a much bigger favorite, but they're down to only a 2.5-point favorite in some areas. And yeah, you were talking about the games we previewed. The truth is, with my picks at picksandparlays.net, I don't care if they're high profile. We tend to lean towards the high profile on the radio show, but my picks, my premium picks, doesn't matter. I'm just worried about games that win. So if you're in it action. Maybe I'm not the first handicapper you want to choose, but if you're into winners, whether it's a game you got to watch on your computer or a game you can watch on national TV, that's what I'm going to give you. Road underdogs off of a cover as home favorites, a very good play. 220, 141, 11. That would favor TCU. Short road underdogs. This game now does fit into the system after the line dropped a little bit. 649, 483, and 30. I explained that a little bit before. What's interesting, though, Oklahoma State, they're either winning by large margins or losing by such. Their 6-point loss earlier this year was the closest, so it kind of makes the money line more tempting, although it does seem to be the line's been going down anyway. Oklahoma State, Chuba Hubbard, top running back in the nation, averaging 172.6 points per game. The fact that Oklahoma State usually pass-oriented, they're running a lot more, and there's still, these lines are still made a little bit on perception. That's part of the reason they've gone under 4 of 6. However, note that TCU did well against them last year, held them to a season low, 42 yards on just 13 carries. Big injury, though, here. Lewis Ning, the huge blow, very likely all Big 12 left tackle for TCU is out. That's going to hurt the running ability. Cowboys, weak defense here, and they're allowing an average of 436.8 points per game. Going to stick with my theme, alphabet soup, all acronyms here. TCU plus the 2.5.
So you went with USC. You're going to go with TCU. Okay, all right. We're going to go with that one. Yeah, the acronym man. All right, by the way, as we mentioned, I'll tell you what, before we do the promotion here, very quickly, World Series action tonight. You have the Nationals too, right?
Yeah, but what I don't like is the fact my computer actually said they're better on the run line where you got to lay some serious juice. So I think there's a possibility of a one-run Houston win here tonight. But the Nationals on the run line, I think, is the better play. But you do got to lay some juice, which I don't like to do, but I got to let the facts guide me.
Did you get, you got game 6 because you were the one that said go with the Nationals yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be a history revisionist and tell you that I love that it wasn't a premium play, but I did feel that it was certainly the much better value.
Well, you could be a revisionist because it seems like everybody these days is revising history to their benefit. Well, why not you?
I know. I want to do a show on one of the news networks and do a revision show on politics, but that's another story altogether.
Right, but that actually brings up a point I want to make, which is that all of our handicappers, their picks are transparent. You can see their records. We don't BS you, to be polite about it, okay? Our handicappers are excellent. Their records are there for you to see at picksandparlays.net. We want you to know that you are getting the genuine article, that you are getting the real picks, and whether they're on a great run or not such a great run, it's all there. It's totally transparent. We have a special offer right now for NBA season. We have our NBA package until tomorrow. It's $100 off. It's $5.99 for one capper, and if you want to make it even better, it's $7.99 for two cappers all the way through the end of the playoffs. Right, Duffman, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you between now and the end of the week. In the meantime, we've got to go to break, and have a great one. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Up next, I'm going to be recapping today's picks because we gave out so many, you couldn't possibly have memorized them all. Be right back after this.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Do you have a problem hearing the television? Do you need to crank up the volume so loud your family is screaming at you? Then put on your TV ears. TV Ears has helped millions of people just like you hear TV loud and clear without cranking up the volume. For about $60 with a 30-day free trial, you can get your own set of TV Ears. When you wear TV Ears, you can mute the TV volume for private listening or let others watch TV with you. Order in the next 10 minutes and take us up on our 30-day home trial and very special price. TV Ears is a brand hearing professionals have trusted for more than 20 years. And through this special radio offer, you can get your very own for just $60. Just mention promo code RADIO. So put on your TV ears and make everyone happy. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. That's 800-984-4207.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about elite rehab placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
All right, welcome back to Picks and Parlays. Hope you have enjoyed the show. Just a reminder, we are with you each and every weekday from 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 p.m. Pacific if you're on the left coast. Live on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, also American Forces, iHeart, TuneIn, and of course streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Just a programming note before we give you our recap. Tomorrow, I'll be giving you my... Chelsea Messenger will be hosting tomorrow. I know you guys will be happy to see her on her face and not mine. Tomorrow, though, I will be giving you some Premier League picks, so if you're out there waiting for them, they'll be coming tomorrow. And Chip Chirimbus with some NFL, and Craig and El Tigre will be giving us college football rapid fire. All right, let's get to our recap of today's picks. As promised, here they are. Craig gave us the Nationals at Astros. Game 7, he gave us Nationals plus 120. For college football, Cincinnati at East Carolina, we said take the under 46.5. Then we had Sean Higgs doing some NFL. Bears at Eagles, take the Eagles minus 5. Colts at Steelers, take the under 42.5. And Titans at Panthers, take the Titans plus 4 and over 41.5. And finally, we wrapped it up with the Duff man himself, Joe Duffy, with his college football picks. SMU at Memphis, take SMU plus 6. Oregon at the University of Spoiled Children, he said, take those Spoiled Children plus 0.05. 0.5, excuse me, half a point. And TCU at Oklahoma State, he said, take TCU plus 2.5. Those were our picks today on the show. If you missed any of them, you can, of course, go back and watch the show on YouTube, because it'll be up there. By the way, Cristiano Cibosi says, Doctor of Doctors, Week 11 is near, but I was surprised about Leicester City 9-0. This time draws of total goals when you will be live. Good night. I will be giving you some Premier League picks tomorrow. Do not worry. Dr. Nick will be here with the Premier League tomorrow. In the meantime, go to picksandparlays.net. You can check out all of our great free picks, and of course our expert picks are waiting there for you. Don't forget our NBA special, $5.99 for one capper, $7.99 for two. It's $100 off, folks. It's only good until tomorrow. Go to picksandparlays.net. Take advantage of that special offer right now. In the meantime, we're going to go away, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Hope you'll stay with us. Till then, bet, win, repeat.